All right, let's move right on then and put the spotlight on 10clubhomes.com, which is becoming a first-of-its-kind consumer brand for the home and kitchens company. It's accelerating. It's moving into its next phase of growth. And Bhavna Suresh, the founder of the company, now joins in to discuss their long-term growth maps. Good to have you on board, Bhavna, to begin with. So you've consolidated the business into one robust brand. You're now going to cater to India's value segment in the home and kitchen space. Tell us a little bit more about this plan to pivot.
So thanks for having me. I think the first piece for us is, I think all of us make the mistake of generalizing and talking about businesses as one, especially in the consumer space. For us, I think we had a very, very strong thesis that home as a category is almost one of the last ones to be disrupted. I've been very close to this category. I think it's something that I've potentially been very passionate about all my life. I think for us, there is consumer acquisition and there are different channels, but I think the way we buy for our home is so different and it's so fragmented that for us, we looked at it as an option a couple of years ago saying, hey, this is a predominantly informal sector. How do we start creating a homegrown brand for India from here? And the answer was distribution. Really, it all came down to, in this category, can you crack distribution right? And then all else follows. So that was our early thesis. And that's why we started with just one category, that was Amazon. For us, Amazon was really, really about, in the online sector, this is where people come, they trust, they buy. So for us, that was our first channel play. We didn't build brands. We didn't really pick up products because we acquired businesses. So we acquired a large number of products, brought it in, consolidated it on one operating engine. And I think as our winners started coming out, it was very clear that the next step for us was kind of to build brand around the products that we've certified as quality. And for us, the next journey really is about saying, hey, now that we've picked our winners and we've kind of put it all under one brand, 10 Club, can we take it to other distribution channels? And I think that's the simple thesis of what we're trying to do.
So, you have an eye on bringing a lot of structure, and it's an unfragmented industry with $30 billion in terms of the home and the kitchen industry. How do you plan to capitalize on that?
I think we as a team were very, very small. I think there were some very fundamental pieces that we said we will keep true to us. We completely kind of recognize the fact that we're a new player in the market. We're only 2 years old. There have been many who've come and tried building in this space. But for us, the first play here is timing, especially post-COVID. I think with India's consumer boom starting, the other categories that have started seeing a lot of traction, but there aren't too many names in this category, even though the number is as large as you said, 30 billion. And I think 30 billion also is contestable because there's so much that you can put under home. For us, I think the idea is doing one thing right and going deep into it. That's why, again, I go back to 2 years ago, right? We didn't try too many things. We took Amazon and we said, can we understand this jungle a little bit? And as we got a little bit more confident, we went into kind of consolidating under one brand. I think for us, the next step is there is going to be product innovation, but as we go offline and online to new channels, I think taking which product works where is going to be really interesting in our segment. We are a range play. We can't work with a few SKUs. We will always have many. So I think managing that balance is going to be very interesting. And it's something that we want to kind of work like a new age company and say, you don't keep throwing people at this problem, but is there technology that can solve for it?
So let's talk about growth projections then, Bhavna. You're talking about positioning the organization growing from 100 crores to 1,000 crore rupees. What is the revenue run rate and what is the revenue growth potential? What makes you so optimistic?
So I think these are just milestones that you set for yourself, right? I think for us, for a 2-year-old business, we're at about 100 crore run rate when it comes to GMV. I think the answer is we set the goalpost as next to 1,000. I don't think I'm optimistic about 1,000. I think we all should be because it's just such a large market, and I think it's not crowded. There isn't too much competition. It is a very difficult category to build for. So I think our goalpost is 1,000 because we believe that's very, very achievable, just because the market is so large. And my answer is, one, the opportunity is so huge. It is completely fragmented. I think the struggle here is how do you organize it a little bit, and how do you become competitive enough to kind of be the first branded play that people want to kind of jump into. I think if we do these couple of things right and we kind of figure our back end and distribution, 1,000 isn't the most unachievable number. I think there are going to be many milestones beyond it.
Bhavna, you're also expanding the offline presence via collaboration with the likes of Pepperfry, Wakefit, etc. How are you looking to really strengthen your presence in the metro cities in your phase 2?
So, like I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, right? I think we're only a 40-member team. We're a core 40-member team that runs the whole show. For us, we take one. I think for us, because distribution is so important now, and we believe that is the key to success in this category. Offline for us is we could go try doing this on our own, but we don't believe that's the right strategy. What we're doing is we believe we've cracked at least the playbook for Amazon and Flipkart and marketplaces, and we will steadily grow there. With our learnings from there and learning to kind of manage our backend with that, we want to use the same backend and kind of partner with offline players where there are complementary services. And we've gone offline with Wakefit already in Bangalore. So we took one city, we took 5 pilot stores, and we've gone with them. Pepperfry is another one that we're in the process of doing as well. We're already online with them, but we want to go offline with them as well. For us, I think the strategy here offline is, are there complementary kind of offerings for the customer, and everybody wins in this space. And I think that's our strategy, to go offline first.
So currently, 100 crore GMV business is what you have. How are you looking at really growing this? What is the outlook in terms of your target for your GMV and really becoming one of the largest home and kitchen brands in the country, especially in light of all the competition?
So I'll answer the second piece first, because I truly think we are competing, but we're competing with the unbranded, right? So it's a conversation between, hey, will somebody pick a branded play over an unbranded segment? And I think that's the opportunity. So I think we're always fighting with the no brand versus a brand. And I think that challenge is a very different one. But my simple answer to this is, we went into the world of Amazon and Flipkart, where we believe in our category where there are such few brands, we've been able to operate, optimize, and really sustainably grow for a while. We believe that's where true competition is, because there's nothing else. You're just constantly competing with everybody else to win. And if you can win there, we know that the customer has accepted our offering, accepted our price, and we believe that's what we're going to take to the real offline world as well. So I think that's the answer. We believe we've already stepped into the most competitive landscape online, and we believe that's the strategy that we're going to take offline as well. When it comes to growth, we only operated in 3 categories in the home segment. So we did lawn and garden, we did a home fitness room, and we did a baby's room. So we did all the auxiliary rooms first to learn. For us, growth is also coming from new categories. So over the last 6 months, as we released and kind of got under the brand, we introduced decor, which is a very complex but very exciting category. It's to do with aesthetics and not just price and functionality. We do serveware now, and we do kitchen. So I think we're operating in 6 categories, 3 relatively older categories that we acquired, but 3 fresh ones that we incubated. So for us, growth will come only from 2 levers. I think it's introducing new categories, bettering your new products. And I think the overarching piece is distribution, right? If you can use all of this and distribute and get as close to the customer, we think that's the playbook for growth.
All right, Bhavna, good to have you on board. Thanks so much for joining in.